Hey, at the top of your page, on page 23, negative exponents. Your first set of directions today is going to ask you to write using positive exponents. So if I give you 6 to the negative third power, and I want you to write it using positive exponents. So when you write it using positive exponents, you're going to make it into a fraction. So you're going to write it as 1 over 6 to the third. Alright, so you're going to write it as a fraction, get rid of the negative with your exponent. So it just becomes 1 over 6 to the third. That's all you have to write. You just write it as a fraction. Put a 1 on top, get rid of the negative sign. That's all you're doing.
That's it.
A to the negative fifth. How am I going to write A to the negative fifth?
1 over A and 6.
Fifth, yes.
Or fifth, I meant fifth. Sorry.
1 over A to the fifth. That's the first part of it. What about negative 7 to the negative second power?
2. 1 over 7.
Okay, notice I do not drop the negative from the whole number. The only thing I drop the negative from is the exponent. That number is still a negative 7, so it has to stay a negative 7. What about B to the negative fourth? 1 over B to the fourth. Questions on those? Okay, the next section is going to ask you to evaluate. What's evaluate mean?
Make it smaller?
Solve.
Oh.
So if I give you 3 to the negative third power.
Third, so it'll be 1.
So first I want to write it using a positive exponent. So 1 over 3 to the third. Now I need to evaluate it. So I'm still going to keep that 1 on top. What is 3 to the third equal to?
9.
It is not 9. 27.
Wait, oh yeah, this is 3.
Because this is 3 times 3 times 3. Remember, exponents, you don't times this number with this one. This number tells you how many times to times it. So 3 times 3 times 3. 4 to the negative second power.
4 to the negative second. So 1 over 4 to, or whatever to the 2, something like that.
And then what is 4 squared equal to?
4A.
I heard somebody say it. 16. So 1 over 16.
Is that all we're doing today?
No.
No.
Or there's more?
Coach, let her finish.
2 to the negative third power.
Switch that, so it'll be 1 over 2 to the 3 or whatever. And then, 2 plus 2, 4 from that is
8.
6, no, 16. Wait,
8.
8, yeah.
You did 2 to the fourth, Travis. Questions on the evaluating part? Okay, the last section is going to ask you to write each fraction as an expression using a negative exponent. Alright, so they're going to give you a positive exponent. They want you to write it using a negative exponent. So 1 over 8 to the third.
So that would be 64.
I don't have to solve it.
Oh.
I just have to write it using a negative exponent.
Oh, it would be 8 to the negative.
8 to the negative third. We're just going backwards from the
Okay.
first step. So the first part, they gave us the negative exponent. We had to write it as a fraction.
And then we
Yeah,
solve
we-
it.
Now
and
we're
we gotta
taking
go
a
back.
fraction and working backwards.
Okay. I got you.
1 over c to the fifth.
It'd be, no, negative, no, c to the negative 5.
C to the negative fifth. Okay, this one's a little bit harder. 1 over 4. So before I can do anything,
Before.
I need to figure out.
4 over 1. It's 4
No,
over
no,
1.
no, no. I need to figure out how to write the number 4 using exponents. So think of a number that times itself that gives you 4.
2.
2. So 2 times 2 is 4. So we could write this as 1 over 2 squared, right? That's the same thing?
Yeah.
But I still have a positive exponent. I need a negative exponent.
You can switch it.
So now how do I write it?
2 negative
2 to the negative 2. What about 1 over 27? So I need to think of a number that times itself
9.
equals
7.
27.
9.
9 times 9 is 81.
3.
3 to what power? 3 to the third. So this is the same thing as 1 over 3 to the third. Still don't have a negative exponent
So
though.
you just switch it, so it'd be 3 over negative
3 to the negative 3. Okay? So when there's no exponent with it, you need to figure out how to write it using exponents.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead and go to page 3 in your notebook. Fill out your table of contents.
What day is it today?
The 14th of November.
14th?